There are four fundamental operations. That is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In this video, we will talk about addition. Remember, your integers are your natural numbers, 2, 3, and so on. Its additive inverse, -1, -2, -3, and of course, 0. There are no fractions nor decimals in integers. There are some rules that you need to take off when we're adding integers. When you take an integer and add its additive inverse, you will always get 0. A more generalized notation would be an integer plus its additive inverse will always give you 0, where a is a member, where a is an integer. When you're going to add two positive integers, it will always give you a positive number. Same thing with a negative integer. Adding it with another negative integer will give you negative. When you add a positive integer and a negative integer, the one with the bigger number will have that sign. An example for this is, let's say, positive 3 plus positive 2 will give you a positive number, that is 5. Negative 3 plus negative 2 will give you a negative number, and that is negative 5. Now, what if you're going to add different signs? One number is positive, and you're going to add that with a number that is negative. What will happen to the sum? If the positive number is larger than a negative number, then you will put the positive sign. And if you have a larger negative number, then the sign of the sum would be negative. Not only that, if you have different signs, then you will find the difference of those two numbers. Let me give you an example. Positive 17 plus negative 7. The larger number of these two is 17, so we will take the sign for the sum, which is positive. Since they have different signs, we will find the difference. 17 minus 7 will give you 10. The answer for this is 10. What if now, if we have a larger negative? What if now, if we have a larger negative? Let's say negative 27. The larger number of these two is 27. The sign is negative, so the sum of the sign is negative. Since they have different signs, we will find the difference of 17 and 27, and that is simply 10. Before we end, let's have some more examples. Let's have a positive plus another positive. Then let's try to find a negative plus a positive. Then let's switch it up with a positive plus a negative. And let's top it off with a negative plus another negative. We have the first one, positive 3 plus positive 8. Same signs, simply add them, and that will give us 11. Next, we have negative 4 plus positive 12. The larger of these two is 12. The sign of the 12 is positive. And then, since they have different signs, we will simply find the difference, or simply minus. The difference of 4 and 12 is 8, and that's it. We have here positive plus a negative. The larger of these two is 13. The sign of 13 is positive, so the sum So the sign of the sum is positive. We don't need to write it. And then find the difference of these two since they have different signs. 13 and 12 is just 1. Finally, we have a negative adding to another negative, and negative plus a negative will always give us a negative, and simply add 5 and 17 together. Their sum is 22. That's it. End.